prosper. I'm glad to be speaking to you in reference to the hate that's going on in the world. We forget that temporary, and it's just getting cold out of hand. Now they're talking about the bombs. Every time you turn, it's a hate situation going on in the news. We do that. We are not young forever. Evolution of life that goes on. We will eventually leave this life. And when we leave this life, there is a day. We have to search ourselves to hold on to mentalities that encourage us to hate people for the color of their skin or their culture or their religion. Realize that this life will be over sooner than you think. And every evil thing that you have done, you give an account to. It is getting out of hand, people. We are going back to the 60s. Just the other day, I walked past a woman and his book bag had shrugged against her rear side and she called the cops on this guy. That is another situation gone out of hand. That is Emmett Till gone wrong right there. If it wasn't for the witnesses over there, it could have been worse than that. That young boy could have got shot. Look at Emmett Till. We couldn't even recognize Emmett Till. This young could have got shot. It is a secret organization out there that is infiltrated, and anything that's hidden shall be filled. If you have hate in your heart, blessed are the pure to get that hate out, because if you don't get that hate out, you will not be able to get into what? Into the kingdom. If you believe there is a kingdom, you will not be in that kingdom with hate in your heart. Moving around and we go out there and we see a white guy, a black guy, you're like, what? We don't like you. It's a proof we don't hate the way you look. You get all manned up and get groomed, and you just told somebody you hate them, and you just started anxiety, you just incite a riot, and you just walked away. But guess what? When you can't move no more, at deathbed, you need to think about what did you do in your life that is going to require you to get in to the right place. Let me tell you something. You may feel strong today, but everybody, no matter, there's not one man that conquered death. Death is coming, but yet you are living your life a certain way, thinking that you're not going to be here all the time. You're hating people for different reasons. You have a light-skinned person hating a person because they're dark-skinned. Dark-skinned person hating a person because they're light-skinned. People hating people because of the texture of their hair. Hating people because of the clothes that they... Let me tell you something. You are destroying yourself with the hate. You're not doing anything to that next person. You are destroying yourself from the inside out. You are destroying yourself. The time and the day will come where you will understand that God has no color, he has no creed, he has no religion, and you need to treat people the same way. Doing to the least of me, however you think they are the least, and watching this channel right now, and you think black people are the least. Whatever you do to the least of mine, you see, there's nobody that's the least, but God knows that people think there are people that are the least. So whatsoever you do to the least of mine, because you think they are the least, you think they black and they don't have no intelligence, you think they don't have no mind, or they don't even have no way of making decisions, or you think that they white and they don't have no intelligence. Whoever you hate, whoever you think are the least, they're the least. We all created equal, but you think they're the least. And that's why God said, whatever you do to the least of mine, to me, because you made them the least. God didn't make them the least. You made them the least. So whatever you do into the least of mine, you do unto me. This is why I had to start my organization, Voices Crying in the Wilderness, because we are crying out loud, asking people, search your hearts. Stop that. Because you are not going to be here Always. And if you carry that hate with you, you're not going to be able to carry it through because you're with hate in your heart. And that's the biggest deception that the devil ever made. For me to hate somebody for no reason. Just look at somebody and hate them for no reason at all. That's the short way to hell. If you believe in hell, that's the short way to hell. To just hate somebody for no reason at all. And the devil know he's secure with you. He's secure. I secure that soul. That person is gonna live 68, 70 years and still have hate. I put that spirit of prejudice in them 20 or 25 or 26 or 50. That person hate. Have confidence in something that don't even make any sense at all. Some of you women walk down the street and look at us guys and just maybe because we look like your baby father. Some men hate women because of what women did to them in the past. They hate everybody. So we have to examine ourselves, people. The world is getting out of control. Because of one man voted into the office, he's in situations that are happening. And it's getting out of control, people. And we have to get ourselves in control. Because if we don't get in control, this world, and we're going to destroy ourselves. So we have to get the hate out of our hearts. I'm just crying in the wilderness.org. Voices crying.org. And we are going to get real next. The hate will do nothing but consume you. You hear now. There's people that 100 years ago, but guess what? They're not here. There are people 100 and 200 years ago that were glorying themselves, was happy to be alive, like they was on top of the world. Racial and hatred against other people, but guess what? They are dust right now, and one day you will be dust when they hear this message. But your soul will be required of you. And the hatred that you hold in your mind, in your heart, in your soul will be required, people. You need to stop the hate. You need to stop the hate. You think there's an all-white heaven, and an all-black heaven? Do you believe that God have a segregated kingdom, that there's blacks on one side, and God don't think like that? We think. When God separates us, he's not separating us for race, color, or creed. He's separating us from the evil. We separate each other for race, color, or creed, for something that makes sense. The same blood in my body can give you a chance to live. But because of the color of my skin, you don't want the transfusion. And I remember one movie here where he was a black doctor, and a white man said, "I don't want you working on me." And Sidney Poitier told him, "You know what? It's out. You won't know the difference." And this is how it is, people. We need to stop the hate. We need to stop the violence. We need to come together as one. We need to understand that we all are going to leave here one day, whether you believe it or not. If you conquer, that's a beautiful thing. I don't know one man that did. But if you are human like I'm human, you have to leave here one day, and you need to get your heart right. You need to wrap your heart. That envy and jealousy from your heart, that stuff that's when you leave here from getting into the kingdom. This is Jay Prosper. If you're watching this video, people need to hear the message of hate. It's getting ready to get worse. The bombs is nothing. It's getting ready to get worse. It's going to be threats. White supremacy group going to be rising up like crazy. All type of groups is going to be rising up crazy. There's going to be a new black liberation army. It's more. But if your soul is right, and your body, but they will never, ever destroy the soul. Jay Prosper. If you want to talk about anything, even if Maybe you hate me for what I'm saying. It's all right. 1-800-57311. You can reach me at jprosper, the letter J, PROSPA 2017 at gmail.com. If you want to give a donation to our organization, Voices Crying in the Wilderness, you can do the same through the letter J, SPA 2017.com. My website is jprospa jprospercoaching.com, and donation the cause and feed the hungry and educate people on what hate is. That's J, the letter J, P.com. That's my website, www, the letter J, PROSP.com. I'm sorry, coaching.com. And also, thank you very much. Somebody's listening to this, and I need all the help that I can get. We have to go out and vote. Thank you. Voting is the circumstances. We need to vote now. Back in the days, we had to protest and we had to get people together. Why? So we don't continue to sit on the back of the... We don't want to be sitting on the back of the bus in 2018. So we need you to get out and vote now. JG Wetworth mentality. We need good people in our corner, and we need them now. So you need to get out and vote right now. This is the time. This is the place. You can be part of history. We have to change history. Get out there and vote. Okay? It is time to do that. This is Jay Prosper. You have my number. I'm not afraid to speak to you. Okay? 520-7311. jprospercoaching.com is my website if you want to leave a donation. Voices Crying in the Wilderness. The letter J, PROSPA, that commented and reminded me that we need to get out and vote. If you don't go out and vote, you're not going to need to help change the circumstances. Okay? Because if you don't, we're going to be seeing Emmett Till all over again. If you don't, we're going to see the 3 boys in that car in Mississippi burning again. We're going to see it again. So we need to vote. These things is coming, people. Don't say I never said it to you. If we don't vote, we won't change anything. We have to change the way of the world, and it's going to take you that's listening to this video to help me do it. J. Day, be blessed, and remember, this life is just a test. It is a test. Once this life is over, the next life begins. It is real, and it doesn't begin until this life is over. This is just a test. Will you get a 65 and will you pass, or will you get under 65 and fail? That is the question you need to find it out yourself.